Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jyoti Digulwani with Banking, Insurance and Financial Services. In last video, we have started with banker-customer relationship, and in that firstly we have started with general relationship, and in this we have completed 3 points, that is depository relationship, banker as a trustee, banker as an agent. Now today we will go with debtors and creditors. Now firstly let us understand who are debtors and who are creditors here. Here we are going with both the person, that is with the debtor as well as with the customer. But main focus is there with the banker. Now when banker can be a debtor and a creditor. Debtors, that means those who have taken money from anyone. Suppose if you are a person and you have taken money from anyone, then you become the debtor. And person who had given you the money, he or she become the creditor in simple terms. Now when a banker can be a debtor, let us understand it as it is our point. Banker as a privileged debtor, that means bank has taken money from you people. Now when bank is taking money from you people, so see, when you are opening a bank account into the bank, at that time you are depositing certain money. That can be 100 rupees, that can be 500 rupees, that can be 1000 rupees, that can be 2000 rupees. It is according to the rules of a particular account. Whatever money you are depositing into the bank after opening the account. Now at that time, banker becomes the debtor for the customer. That means they have taken money from you people at the time of opening the bank account. Now suppose if you want to withdraw the money from the bank at any time, if you want to close your account or if you want to withdraw your money, then you have to give in writing for repayment of the full money. For if you are going for the full money, then only. If you are withdrawing certain money through ATM or through checks, then it is okay. But when suppose if you are closing your bank account, at that time if you are demanding full money, then you have to give it into the writing that you want to close the account and you want full money. In the same way, you have to go to the branch only where you have opened your account. Means what? Suppose if you have opened your account into SBI and you are residing at suppose Gunjan area. Take for example in Vapi, you are residing in Gunjan area. If you have opened your bank account in SBI at Gunjan area only, then at the time of closing your account or at a time of withdrawing your money from a particular bank, you have to visit Gunjan branch only. You cannot withdraw your money or you cannot close your account from Surat, from Baroda or from any other city. You cannot close your account from the other cities or from the other area. It should be done from the particular branch only. And other thing is what? It should be done in the banking hours only. Banking time is there from 9 to 4. So it should be done within that banking hours only. You cannot go after 4 o'clock or you cannot go before 9 o'clock to close your account or to withdraw money from a particular branch. So at that time, banker becomes the debtors. As well as one thing should be clear in your mind that money can be withdrawn from any city, money can be withdrawn from any ATM, but this is the thing when you are closing your account. Next one is banker as a creditor. Now when bank become creditor, when you have taken money from them, at that time banker becomes the creditor. Now when you are taking the money from the bank, so we are taking or you are taking money in the form of loan, in the form of overdraft and in the form of cash credit. At that time bank becomes the creditor and you as a loan taker or as a overdraft taker becomes the debtor. That means you have taken money and they have given the money. Here one thing should be clear, that money which is taken by you should be submitted on time with the interest in the form of installment. So bank can demand this money on time. They cannot demand money whenever they require, but whatever time is stipulated by you, or whatever agreement is done by bank and between the customer, the installment should be done on the time. So this is what debtors and creditors, bank is working as a debtor also and bank is working as a creditor also. When you are depositing money into the bank, bank becomes the debtor. When you are taking loan from the bank, then bank becomes the creditor. This is full general relationship of customers and banker. Now, part number 2 in our chart is special relationship. That means customers and bank is sharing certain special relationship. Here, what they are sharing with each other, let's see. Number 1 is statutory obligation to honor check. This word is a little bit difficult to understand. Let us go with the simple example first, then we'll understand this full statement. Take for example, if you have bank account into the bank, then bank will give you checkbook in your name. Your name will be printed into the checkbook. Now, suppose if you are writing check in any other's name, if you are giving check to any other person, then that person will deposit that check into the bank. How? Suppose Mr. A is there, Mr. B is there. Mr. A is giving check to Mr. B. Now B will deposit that check into the bank. Now what bank will do? They will withdraw money from Mr. A's account because it is signed by Mr. A, and then they will hand over money to Mr. B. So this is a main work of the bank. They are withdrawing money from the person who is writing the check and they are depositing the check into the person's account who is depositing check into the bank. So here statutory obligation to honor check, that means they are checking all the information of the check, that whether it is written by a proper person, it is deposited by a proper person, and then they are withdrawing and depositing money into a particular account bank. This is the honor of the check. That means they are taking care of the check to, from whom it is given and to whom it is to be given. That is the honor of the check. Then banker's lien. Bankers firstly understand what is the meaning of lien. Lien means the right of the creditor to retain the goods and security owned by debtor until the debt due from him is repaid. Again I am repeating, lien means the right of the creditor to retain the goods and security owned by the debtors until the debt due from him is repaid. This is a little bit again tough sentence. Let us make it clear. If you are taking loan from the bank, then bank become the creditor and you are going to be the debtor. You have taken loan, then you are a debtor and bank is a creditor. Now, if you have taken any loan, so obviously you have to give certain securities. Directly bank is not going to give loan to any person. You have to put any securities over there. Now, if you have put certain securities in the form of assets or in the form of shares or in the form of debentures, if you are not able to pay the loan, then bank has a right to take all the securities which is put by you. Suppose if you have taken home loan, take for example, then at the time of taking home loan, you have to give certain securities. Which securities you have to give over there? The real documents of the home is put into the bank. Real documents of the home is put into the bank. Until and unless you pay the full loan, they will keep that full documents with them only. Now, if you are not able to pay the loan back, then bank will keep that all the securities, all the documents with them, as well as they will take your home also if you are not able to pay that loan back. But if you are able to pay it back, then bank will give that documents back to you. So what is the lien over here? If you are until and unless you are not paying loan them back, they will keep all the securities with them. That is the meaning of the lien. That means they have right to keep all the securities with them until the debtor pays the full amount. When you take the loan, you become the debtor and bank become the creditors. So bank is working as a lien also, and this is the important rights which are enjoyed by them. Next is banker's duty to maintain the secrecy of customer's account. This is very easy to understand. Whatever statement, whatever transaction you are doing into the bank, they have the duty to maintain secrecy. If any other person goes over there and if they ask about your transaction, bank will never give any information related to that transaction. So this is their duty to keep all the secrecy related to your own transaction. Whatever you deposit, whatever you withdraw, whatever you pay, all things are kept secret by them. Next is right to claim the incidental charges. Bank is charging on certain services, like they are giving ATM services as well as they are giving online services. So whenever you are using that particular services, they have the right to take the charges. If you do online transfer, then too they are taking the charges. Then if you are using any other services, if you are taking overdraft facility, or if you are taking cash credit facility, or any other facility like locker facility, whatever facilities you are using, they have right to claim the charges. That means they take certain decided fees for that particular services. Next is right to charge compound interest. Right now, no bank is taking actually this compound interest. Compound interest is what? Once you have paid the interest, and on the next year you have to pay the additional interest on it. That is what your compound interest. Suppose for the first year you are charged 1%, then in the next year they are adding 0.5% in your interest. That is basic actually compound interest. That is addition into the interest. But right now actually no bank is working with this, but according to theory portion we have to only write it down that they are charging certain time compound interest, that is addition in the main interest. Exemption from the Law of Limitation Act means suppose if you have opened your bank account, and if you are not operating your bank account for a certain period of time, then they have the right to stop your account transaction. Again I am repeating, if you have opened your bank account in any bank and if you are not doing any transaction in a bank for a particular time period, then they have right to stop your transaction. Actually year changes time to time. Initially it was 3 years. If you are not doing any transaction for 3 years, then they have right to stop your account transaction. Then it become 10 years also, they can stop your transaction, but nowadays it goes to 1 year. Currently it goes to 1 year. If within 1 year if you are not doing any transaction, then they have right to stop your transactions. That is what exemption from the Law of Limitation Act. That means there are certain rules, according to that they have to work. So these are the special relationship between customer and banker. Briefing it again, banker, that means person or employee who is working in the bank, they are known as the banker. There are 4 type of customer. Customer number 1, the existing customer. Number 2, the past customer. Number 3, who are only receiving the services, and number 4, who wish to open the bank account. There are 2 type of relationship. general relationship, special relationship. General relationship includes over here depository relationship. That means if you are depositing money into the bank, then their relationship exists. Banker as a bailee. Bailee, that means whenever you are opening certain locker over there, at that time they become the bailee. Trustee, when you give fixed deposit to the bank, at that time they are working as a trustee. If you are giving certain charges to work bank as an agent, at that time they are working as an agent. Debtors and creditors, when bank takes money from you in the form of deposit, at that time they become the debtors, and when they give the loans to the public, at that time they becomes the creditor. Special relationship, firstly they honor your check, that is they keep the watch on the check that it is written by you and it should be deposited into the particular person's account to whom you have given the check. Bankers as a lien, that is I have given the full description. They have right to keep all the securities until and unless the debtor pay the loan. All the secrecy is kept by them according to the transaction of the customer. Then they have right to claim the charges for the services which is rendered by them. They have right to charge the compound interest. Compound interest, that is compound interest means addition in the interest, and exemption from the law of limitation act, that is they have right to stop the transaction if for a specific time period transactions are not conducted by any person. So here we are completing today with the banker customer relationship. In the next video we will go with the next question. Till then, stay tuned. Goodbye.